panting portly. Mole lay stretched on the bank, still panting from the stress of the day that had been hot and cloudless from dawn to late sunset, and waited for his friend, the water rat, to return. The water rat had gone to visit Otter. The rat's light footfall was finally heard approaching over the dried grass.
Oh, the blessed coolness!
He said as he sat down.
You stayed for dinner, of course.
Simply had to. They wouldn't hear of my living before, but I felt terrible all the time, as it was clear to me they were very unhappy, though they try to hide it. Mole, I am afraid they are in trouble. Little Portly is missing again.
What, that child?
Said the mole carelessly.
Why worry about it? He's always wandering off and getting lost and turning up again. He's so adventurous.
Yes, but this time it's more serious. He's been missing for some days and the otters have hunted everywhere, high and low, without finding our trace. Otter is not the type of person to be easily worried about any son of his, and now he's worried. When I left, he came out with me and said that he wanted to stretch his legs. He was going to spend the night watching by the ford. You know the place?
I know it well. But why would Otter choose to keep watch there?
Well, it seems that it was that place where he gave Portly his first swimming lesson, and it was where he used to teach him fishing, and where young Portly caught his first fish, of which he was very proud. The child loved the spot, so Otter goes there every night and watches on the chance, just on the chance.
They were silent for a time, both thinking of the same thing. The lonely sad animal, crouched by the ford, watching and waiting the long night through on the chance.
Well, I suppose we should be thinking about going to bed.
But he never moved.
Rat. I simply can't go to sleep and do nothing. We'll get the boat out and paddle upstream. Anyhow, it will be better than going to bed and doing nothing.
Just what I was thinking myself.
They got the boat out and the mole took the oars, rowing carefully. Drawing their boat to a branch, the friends landed in this silent and silver kingdom and patiently explored the hedges, the hollow trees, the ditches and dry waterways. They worked their way up the stream in this manner while the moon did what she could. Slowly, but with no doubt or hesitation whatsoever, the two animals passed through the water and moved their boat at the flowery margin of the island. In silence, they landed and pushed through the blossom and scented undergrowth that led up to a little lawn of a marvelous green, set round with nature's own orchard trees, apple, wild cherry and sloe.
This is the right sort of place. Here, if anywhere, we should find him.
Said the rat.
And look, there he is, the little fellow.
With a cry of delight, Rat ran towards a cluster of flowers within which lay the little round chubby form of the baby otter, soundly and peacefully asleep. Portly woke up with a happy squeak and wriggled with pleasure at the sight of his father's friends, who had played with him so often in past days. The two animals led Portly to the water's side, placed him safely between them in the bottom of the boat and paddled off down the backwater. When they reached the main river, they turned the boat's head upstream towards the fort where they knew their friend was keeping his lonely watch. As they drew near the familiar ford, Mole took the boat into the bank and they lifted Portly out and set him on his legs, gave him a friendly farewell pat on the back and sent him on his way. They watched the little animal as he waddled along the path till he quickened his pace with shrill whines and wriggles of recognition on seeing his father. Then the mole, with a strong pull on one oar, swung the boat around and let the full stream bear them down again wherever it would. Their quest has now happily ended.